too late to be bumping all that music, but sometimes I need the right beat to get me up here. Good evening and welcome to it's a Mono's episode. It's gonna be story time because once upon a crime, I can't stay out of this stuff. But anyway, the other day, I don't even know where to begin because this shiz is so messed up at times, shiz, that I have to spend my time, regrouping around here with folks, posting up. All right, let me get this together. Let me find my YouTube. All right. I hope that other thing, I hope I said that. Okay, we got the right number. 9. Oh, I only have 9 people in my room, so we got the right number. Hey, Nikkei, how you making it in here? Number 1 every day. Wow. The front and center. Well, this is going to be a story time episode. And, sometimes I have to give a little history because I am breaking this down for the benefit of my boo thing so that he can know or get an idea of what this is like. Any day now, he will be like, girl, get your behind pot off of there and come up here with daddy. Anyway, moving on. I can see that coming because you people is a hot tamale mess around here. A hotter mess than I ever thought I would have to endure. All right, let me come over here and just remind you that I think I want to do this differently today. I think that this broadcast is a work of fiction. And the reason why it's fiction is because the characters that I'm about to talk about are all fictitious too. Nobody's under their government. It's just a made up society. It is like one of your real, what do you call those things? Real TV shows, reality shows. It's just gone bad here because the characters are self-made. There is no network behind you supporting it. It's no Mon Ami. There are tons of script writers on here. Everyone's writing their own scripts and stuff and executing their own fights. I've been asking for my YouTube check when I seen a lot of things going haywire since 2018, but here I go. This is just all fiction, fictitious bullcrap, because a bunch of grown-ups have gotten together and have decided they don't have nothing productive to do in their daily lives, so they come on the internet via a free app, which might not be too free, and fight with folks, act like bullies. They do all the things that you would tell your middle school kid not to engage in. Anywho, so it's a reality show portion. This is not typical stuff that you would think that people would be engaged in, but they are engaged in this type of assault on folks on the internet. So here we go. So this work of fiction and or satire, the names, the characters, places, and incidents either are the product of the content producer's imagination, the content producer being me, Monica Mo Justice. It's either my imagination or are used fictitiously in any resemblance to actual persons, living, so person or persons, living or dead, events or location, is entirely coincidental. Now, on here, people normally go and they play other people's videos and try to walk you through other people's videos. I don't do that. Oftentimes, I give you the link to a video, but today I'm going to talk to you about one of my videos. I put a thumbnail up. What the thumbnail says about integrity. It's a simple concept if you have integrity. It's a simple concept if you don't have integrity. If you have integrity, nothing else matters. If you don't have integrity, nothing else matters. Now, I had a whole woman, where that thing at? I had a whole woman do one of those things y'all like to do because y'all can't get into somebody's space. So you go ahead and you go ahead and try to invade the person's territory by doing this thing. So it's like laughing my ass off. Where was your integrity when you were knowingly sitting at the side chick table? What's a side chick table? Listen, every one of us out here is not a Bible thumper. What do I mean by that? We don't bump the Bible. We don't run around here and before we can dry the cum off of our bedroom sheets from one man, move in the next man who was dating a crackhead on the internet for $75. We just don't do that. Like it just don't happen. Okay? We just don't do that. It doesn't happen. No woman grabs up the dude that just went into a negotiation for $75 from a woman who is getting herself clean off of a drug, a narcotic, to travel to live with another woman in the bed of a man who she just put out on the YouTube. Didn't even have time to change the sheets. You can only have this stuff happen in cyberspace. So if you want to call me a side chick with those kind of credentialings, side chick me away. I'd rather be a side chick than getting some side dick any day of the week. Slide in dick. Like I told you, lady, you don't want this. I got time for it at times, but you don't want this. I assure you, you don't want this. But let's travel down your world for a little bit because you interrupted mine and I don't appreciate it. I really don't appreciate it. And again, I wasn't watching you for that. You know where I watched? I watched some other channels that gave your story back in the days. So I must have been somewhere where you had a disagreement with somebody and this is the content that they shared with us about you. So we saw the dudes standing on the lawn. You know, it was just amazing stuff if you ask me, but that's just the shit you people do. Okay, moving on. That wasn't even part of my discussion. It just came to my head when I was sitting here reading that comment about being a side chick when I'm sitting at the side chick table. I wonder what that was about, that side chick table. black families are blended families. If any of y'all live in a black family, we're blended. Sometimes there are complications to things. I'll tell you this much. I would never be in a relationship with a man that I can't get along with his exes. I would never do that. Never in a zillion years. Okay, so we see we're gonna have to play a different game around here. I'll bite. Okay, all right. So as we move on, um, let's see where we gonna begin. Let's see where we gonna go. Where we gonna go? Where we gonna go? How we gonna do this? Integrity. See, I gotta be going backwards, right? I had to read that shit. I don't even know what that was. Well, shout out for Glib showing me where to find that bullshit at. Now I wish I could never find it. All right. So if you have integrity, nothing else matters. What does that mean? Your integrity speaks for itself. If you have standards that you live by, those standards speak for itself. So in that Bible thumping community, right? Sometimes the women have been shamed into a space where they think they're practicing fornication when they meet a new man in their life because they're so fast to jump into bed with the man. So to avoid being dubbed by the church community as being a fornicator, they quickly marry. While one set of sheets is drying up, they quickly marry the new man coming in without any real credentials or anything because they're too busy being afraid of what the church is going to say about them. And I think the same thing transcends here on the YouTube. People in this grouping of hypocritical microwave Christians, they're always worried about what the next person thinks of them or what the next person thinks of their story and so on and so forth. You can't come to me preaching some kind of ethics because at the end of the day, 5 years later, nearly 6 years later, we have learned about everyone's vices around here, their weaknesses, their addictions, their we've seen people go from I'm holier than now, Moshe, and be cursing on her live to people just spewing out curses all over their place, all over town. So it's just insane to the membrane to me to even wrap my mind around the countless nonsense that we see going on around here. It just makes no kind of sense. But it comes down to people that have their own morals that they want to impose on other people. Not a good thing. Not a good thing. Not a good thing. I do have integrity on here, and I think my words matter when I say them. And we're going to see just how much they matter in a little while. But the same thing holds true if you don't have integrity. Nothing else matters. Because people who lack integrity, it don't really matter. You see them for who they are, and you get to choose what you want to do with them. how you want to hold up conversations with them, how you want to move with them. They set the tone themselves because they don't have integrity. So it's the only thing that's consistent is that if you have integrity, nothing else matters. And if you don't have integrity, nothing else matters. What woman in their right mind would see that kind of statement and then want to come in and tell another woman, you're a side chick? One thing I know for certain is nobody ever violated me as a young lady. I am not walking around here hurt, trying to injure other people along the way. I have never envied anybody that I would want what they have. And if I ever fell into a category of a side chick, I could tell you one thing. It was the side chick that of the year, because he definitely wanted this side chick every single day. To the degree that I've come here and shared with you a romance story that I don't give a darn if it makes sense to you. It lasts me a lifetime. And at the end of the day, since it's my story, it only matters to me. Many of y'all would love to have somebody love on you the way I've been loved. You know, it is a complicated world we live in, but the story I bring to you is my story. You can bask in it, listen to it, and awe about it. I guess you can critique it and point daggers at it. But at the end of the day, it's sustainable for me. And what is for me is for me. It's not for you. And you know this because you're envious of it. You don't have one of those stories to tell. You got some women here who are hiding their man. And if it wasn't for the stuff I see right now, I would probably make a bigger deal about it. But some people we know ain't in no relationships. They're in relationships with toys and gadgets in the nighttime. And alcohol bottles, because when they're on this live, they're drunk as skunks. And we see it. So we know that they have issues. We know that they're missing stuff. So I ain't got nothing, I can't compete in those areas because I don't have those vices in my life. I love me too much to give in to those things. I don't have to go seeking fulfillment in a bottle. I don't have to go seeking fulfillment the way that many people here have resorted to pacifying their issues. I don't have to do that. But there are some women here that do. I could have had an empty bed in my house if one man was leaving. Not because I got my panties all wet messing around on the internet talking to a man who was obviously maybe interested in you, but you couldn't even afford to get him from point A to point B, that you had to settle for a man who would squander money out of another woman to get to you and openly do it on the internet. I never seen people so openly prey on other people for their own survival. That man wanted that that stink twat. You got vacated and extricated up out of there. What he would have done, he could have walked from Texas to Louisiana. So ain't no integrity there. The fact that we even know this story lacks integrity. I got theories in my life, and I got principalities that I conform to that work for me. Today I was going to talk to you about the 3 things. I was going to tell you about 3 things to avoid, and one of the the 3 things. YouTube ships, frenemies, and BDWs, black women with attitudes. But or you can say itches and put a B in front of that with attitudes. Any which way you look at it, at the end of the day, you just got to be careful of these type of things. But I got my own set of things that I live by. I've always told you guys that in my business, from a business perspective, I always look at my life as my creator first, my family second, and then last but not least, my career. And I scope it out in that order. I put my creator first and the foundation that it covers me. I do everything for my family. Shout out to King of Foe. It's family over everything every day over here. And if you are a part of my life, you would know that. You know I do my kids before anything, even myself at times, where it's painstakingly hard to realize that. But it's family over everything over here. And last but not least, then it's my career. And I don't jeopardize my career for anything. I understand how important it is. I balance my needs. I do all of that. So that's how I gear myself in a business attitude. That includes this channel, because this channel is a business. And I didn't realize until yesterday or earlier today that people who are not in my business but are on here is jealous. It's no other way I can say it. That you are concerned about the fact that I am monetized. I've been a monetized channel since 2020. When I turned 1,000, I turned it on. I did a video that I thought qualified for the program adequately with the former Darren Marion for the small channels. I did that. Hey, Sheed. So I did that and I monetized it. That's a monetized video here from whatever day it was created, sometime in September. It's always been monetized. It's always been up here. Recently, I tried something with a video that I put up because I listened to some statements that were made from other content creators in this messy boots area. They said they arguing with people, they're going to make money off of it until that woman stopped them with a copyright strike. And then I think people had to reevaluate where they was at. But we'll talk about that in a minute. Let me go to the business side of my 3 principles. And I did the business side. Let me go to the personal side of my 3 principles. And they are simple. Let me see which order I want to put them in today, because the order doesn't matter. It's always my money, my kids, my man. And if you fuck with any of those 3, I kind of get upset. Now, since I've been on this YouTube, I watch y'all launch campaigns, try to find my kids, do things to my kids. I wish I could have protected my kids better from here, because my kids are not YouTubers. And they didn't need to be harassed by YouTubers, but they were. Rashid is not a new. He's not a new YouTuber. He new subscriber. He's been here for a minute. He's a regular person. Or regular account. I'm gonna say that much. I say that because sometimes I think when people see new faces in your room, what they tend to do is wanna zero in on them because they think it's a new subscriber out of the cemetery and they got a chance to break into someplace else. Okay, moving on. In that order. In that order. So my new relationship, I really have tried my damnedest to make sure that I keep my relationship just that, my relationship private and secure. So I'm not going live accidentally around anybody. You're not going to see his ankles, knees, toes. I try to keep the conversation about him to the exact minimum, just that he exists. Because I don't want to give you guys no reason to be nosy, but I know that y'all are, and that's just crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. That grown folks are that damn miserable that they need to worry about what you got going on. I never seen people in my life until I was on this platform the other day, and the woman actually tried to break down the challenge, the W2 challenge. I had heard about it because people that watch her channel told me about it. They didn't give me all the details. She had the nerve to have a whole plan. And so it's a definite challenge, not to just prove that somebody has a job, right? Because that's what I thought, she was trying to look for, somebody to prove. If you think I'm going to travel in my car on a live for nearly 2 hours on the bumpy streets of New York and not have a job in Jersey, you got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. So this person was, not only did she want you to prove you had a job, here's the kicker. She wants whoever had the difference of income, it would be a $500 win. There was some number with I was sitting there on my stoop outside listening to that, and I was like, bitch, there's no challenge here. This is not even a challenge. This is you wanting to be nosy. This is you wanting to be in somebody else's business because you want to sum yourself up against somebody. So I go the other route and I say, you win that. You better than me. You make more than me. You are a better whatever. You everything that I'm not. And you are. And that is the truth. You are everything that I'm not. You pick the list of shit. I'm not any of those things that you are. Because the way you are built, your integrity, you lack it. So there's nothing else to say about it. It just is what it is. That's where you start with integrity. How do you take a whole woman that you do not know and want to compare yourself? It's not like we're hairdressers and you got a hair salon over there and I got a hair salon over here and you want us to exchange. Are you a paralegal? She said, oh, that's because you said I wasn't working. I don't work. I didn't say you don't work. I said you wasn't working at the time. You wasn't working when you was on that panel. You was trying to figure out how you was at lunch. I think it was about 5:30 in the afternoon. In high school, they don't even do that. In high school, they're more likely to share their stuff with each other. You got those pants over there, Mo? Can I borrow them? You got those? They borrowing stuff left and right. I loaned out. They used to come down here to the basement. My mother would have a rack hanging up here Well, let them go to the pictures. Maybe they'll find the rack. She have a rack hanging up here with our clothes for the week hanging up, and people be down here trying to switch out outfits with us. That's just crazy. I couldn't believe what I was hearing, and she was dead ass serious about it. And then still going on with comparisons. Send me pictures. All you have to do is turn on your camera and walk us through your house. I have been on cam in my house. And you know what I had to do? I had to invest in a green screen because y'all was too nosy. I'm not going to walk people through my home, especially when I'm living in a 2-family house with just me and my daughter. And you've already sent the pizza delivery person to my home. Now would be a good time to insert ads. Creators earn money inserting ads. The more viewers are watching, give it a try. See how YouTube helps you along? Thank you for the 49 people that are in the room. Can y'all hit the like button? Hit the like so we can take a hike into the next level of this monetization program. YouTube is liking what you're doing. I never seen that alert come up before. Now would be a good time. Let me make sure I get a picture of that, because you know how people be lying around here. And me and people like me that want to know how this program works, we watching this. And this is not because this is new to me. I heard today somebody say to me, "Yo, Mo, you must have been demonetized." No, that didn't happen. No, that didn't happen. I didn't get demonetized or anything. I just didn't tap into my resources. But when you got people riding you this hard, you have to ask yourself, what are you doing right that they mad about? What are we doing right? So that's about that. I wish I could rewind for a second. But anyway, what was the other thing on that platform the other day? She wanted to have that competition with me. Okay. Next up, how you gonna tell me not to check? Next up, what was the other thing on that conversation? She said, because you said I didn't have a job. Then we moved on, right? She wants pictures of my house. I'm not walking people through my house. I'd be a moron to walk y'all through my house. And let me explain why I would be a moron to walk people through my house. Just to be on the record here, right? You would see where windows are, where locations are, where the configuration of my living arrangements. After you've already sent pizza delivery people and given me the notion or tried to scare me that y'all know where I live. Why would I do that? But I'm going to tell you right now, New York made some stuff legal. And I capitalized on that one. And I intend to handle my business if you come through here wrong or right. But who in their right mind is going to walk people through that environment? Because of y'all, I went and put a security system on the house. One that never existed here. All the years my parents lived here. One that never existed here is here now. Because of y'all. It's an additional expense because of y'all. So why did I monetize? Because of y'all. The additional overhead. It costs money for cable. You need the internet services. I bought new equipment, remember? Some of y'all still working on whatever y'all working on. I bought new equipment in that time. What else? I pay for things that operate this channel. I support other channels up here. It costs money. I spent the whole time with the book club furnishing the book. All of that costs money. It's operating costs. When you do your taxes, for those of us who work, this becomes a loss until it makes you some money. So this is a business that's losing money for me. Not a good reality, right? There were reasons professionally why I did not want to monetize fully. And now I have reconsidered those. And here I am. And it all started when I heard people bragging about getting paid. Now, they didn't brag about making a lot of money. I want to be clear. But they bragged about getting paid to argue. I wanted to say getting paid to argue with slaves, but they said they get paid to argue with you guys. And I feel like if you got to spend this time responding, reacting, retracting, you might as well get paid for it. So to hear earlier today somebody be like, oh, well, you're being a hypocrite right now. I'm being a hypocrite because I'm capitalizing on the product, the way the product is supposed to be used, the same way you use the product. People that call you hypocrites get a YouTube check or have received a 1099 at the end of last year. Albeit if it was $100, $200, they still made something on here, but they want to tell you that you can't. So the other day, I think it was yesterday, when I came out here and was explaining to you this algorithm again, and I was saying to you guys, listen, the algorithm or the product itself, how it works, is this sub for sub stuff doesn't work. But I'm talking to a community of people who did and participated in sub for sub, and they think that it works because it only worked for them, the very few. You need to align things with when you roll out something, you need it to work for most. Normally when people do assessments, they do a small controlled group. And then they expand it out. After they've done it with a small control group, then they expand it out to another group. Okay, so what ends up happening? I forgot what other ridiculousness she said on that in that conversation. But oh yeah, we was talking. How could I forget? We was talking about Roach Gate. We were talking about what my subscribers told me. So I'm going to play it for y'all again, because what I was accused of and what I heard on that platform that day was that I said that she was running around here cooking with rats and roaches in her house. And I was sitting there saying, did I depict it like that? Well, let me go back to what I actually said, because I think it's important to hear what I actually said. It's on the video when I returned from having COVID. So it's the video because I want you all to be able to go listen on your own. And I think you should always listen to these things on your own. So when I returned from COVID, I did, RIBS. I came in with the new word. Rest in BS. Here we go. I didn't get the evidence to prove that, but those are the stories. You would see a person got married, got a home of their very own, better than the one that was allegedly better than the one that was floating down Louisiana Purchase. Because I never seen it. It was supposed to be a home improvement, gardening, all this other stuff. We ain't never see it. Can't show it to you. You know why? Can't show it to you because they can't take no more criticism. I remember when I was getting phone calls and people were like, do you know she's recording videos cooking inside her house? I was like, oh, she cooks? Okay. They was like, but there's roaches and mice running around. I was like, really? Somebody gonna have to send me those videos. Now, I'm gonna say right now, I did not get the video clip of any roaches or mice running around or somebody eating cereal with the roach inside the cereal. I didn't get the evidence to prove that, but those are the stories that people told me that they saw on other people's channels that came off of somebody of said person's video. But okay, so you heard what I said. They said she was making videos in her house. She's got a cooking channel. I found it interesting when I go back to what I actually said and what was actually sent to me. So after I said that, somebody I don't like at me did the mention thing, right? And sent me evidence. Here's the picture of this, right? So I was like, all right, that's kind of, anybody can Photoshop something in a picture, right? So that's not good enough for me either. So I came back out here and I said, if anybody has the actual video or did the person, because this at mentioned stuff, I know where to find it. So I didn't get to actually see the at mention. People were sending it to me because when you at and you mention somebody and people are subscribed to your channel, I'm assuming they seeing your ads because people are sending me the person's ads. But I think people are doing this on a community wall. So that's why people are able to see it, share it with me, what have you. So then the guy writes back again. He says, go ask so-and-so and stop talking to me. Dude, nobody was talking to you. You reached out to me because you wanted to be part of this conversation. Why, I don't know, but you did. Anyway, I go and I look. So while I'm up here on the panel with this woman, I says to her, she says, this is exactly what you said. So I got another challenge out there. And I'm going to offer, I don't know how much she was offering because the money challenge, the pay stub challenge, she was offering $500. And I said to her, do you have something that costs $500? And I'm going to link this back later. Do you have something that you need to pay $500 for that right now you're trying to run a contest with me to get $500? Do you have a bill you need to pay for $500? So she was like, no. Here she goes with another contest. Anybody that can send her a video of her cooking with rats and roaches running around. So she sends me her roach video. She sends me her roach video. So that puts me in a mindset. Wow, if a person sends you the roach video, it must mean there's no roach in the video. Because why would you send somebody the roach video? Well, community, wake up. I got the roach video from her. And I looked at the video. Lady, it looks like there's a roach in the picture. There looks like there's a roach there. Something came falling out of the sugar bag. How many of y'all, poll time. Let me see, poll. I'm about to do a poll. Do you have a do you have a sugar container? That's why she never rep no she never rep living the rich living the rich life. Cause one thing most folks do, rich folks, good folks, the people living the the rich life, the good life, the real life, have a sugar container. Do you have a sugar container? Let me get this right. Thank you, King of Foe, and happy birthday to you. Anyway, do you have a sugar container in your house? Yo, I looked at this video and girlfriend has one of my true day oneers. Day oneers. Much love to you, my brother. I'm just being funny about that my brother thing. But anyway, who keeps their sugar in a sugar bag? In the bag it came in. I couldn't believe it. I'm sitting there and I'm saying to myself, this is what I said yesterday. I said, Mo, you know she wanted you to look at the video to tell the world she didn't have a roach because your integrity is there. Because if it wasn't, she would not need to send you this video. She's counting on your integrity for this roach thing. So I'm like, yo, is she crazy right now? So she put a make or break moment in my hand. I ain't never seen. I'm sitting there looking. The video got so many things wrong with it, right? I could sit here for days and goof it. This is about as bad as before the house went down the Louisiana Purchase. Because I always say, thank goodness I was sitting on that platform when they was going through the pictures of that house on the outside. We didn't even get on the inside. Because she would have swore that damage came from the storm had it been almost a week later. But we was looking at the house. Here came Rocket talking about, look at the eaves of the house. And I was like, oh, yeah, look at that. That was crazy. Man, oh, man. Don't do that, KK. Don't hurt her. Don't hurt her. Because I had to reach out to somebody. I said, what's ASMR? What is that? Because, I have to ask questions before I can comment on something. Because unlike other people around here, I try to ask, get the likes up. I try to ask questions before I go speaking on stuff. So then somebody was explaining to me what the ASMR was. And I was like, oh, because who eats a big stupid bowl of Rice Krispie treats? Everybody knows that they the snap, crackle, and pop. Snap, crackle, and pop. Snap, crackle, and pop. So whenever you add even water to Rice Krispie treats, they start doing this thing. Snap, crackle, and pop. But you couldn't hear the snap, crackle, and pop over her chewing. Like, I just can't. Like, I was like, why would she? I said, so Monica, she sent this video. Please don't diss it. Monica, please stop. Just act like you didn't see it. Look for the roach. I didn't even get to the roach part. So this is when she she goes in there and she's sitting there. Yes, ma'am. She's sitting there on a table. I'm not going to talk about her appearance. You can go there. I don't do body shaming on women because I think it's inappropriate. But I do agree with bras. Bras come in every size, right? No matter what it is. I've been bra shung up here. Lovely. A real lovely. My real lovely. But from my season one, day 0, Rose Gold Lovely. I was somewhere one day. Oh, that's the day I met the dude. But anyway, she came up on me, was like, hey, Mo, you need to wear a different kind of bra. She took me to JCPenney's. JCPenney's is out of business now. So I don't have to talk about them bad. But I was like, I don't get no damn bra from JCPenney's. But anyway, she taught me about the whole fitting of a bra, whatever. So bras are critical. That's all I'm going to say in that area, because I don't body shame people. I got some kind of, what did I tell y'all? Ethics about myself. Moving on. Next thing I know is she pours the cereal. She goes and she gets a serving spoon. Now, the most of us, right? Most of us in my daily day, we got teaspoons, tablespoons. I don't have one down here. Wait, let me see. Do I have? No, I don't have no silverware laying around. I didn't eat down here, so I don't have any. I only have combs and stuff like that. This heifer pulls out a whole big serving spoon, the one that you use during Thanksgiving dinner, and it actually the plastic one, so it's the one that comes in a set. She didn't even have the metal one. She had the hey Sam, she had the plastic ones that it's black on one end and then it's got a handle and it's plastic. That's what it looked like to me. But nevertheless, sometimes the devil's in the details. The bottom line was it's a serving spoon. She pulls out the serving spoon, reaches somewhere and gets the sugar, opens up, unrolls it. So unrolls the sugar, opens it up, sticks the spoon inside of there and pulls out a scoop. Girl, diabetes is real. It's real. It's real. I meant to look. Oh, wow. 27 votes. Oh, y'all hot tonight. Y'all hot. Whoa. Loving the chat participation. Loving the people inside. I got to shout out the people inside the lounge for participating in that poll. Everybody got a sugar bowl. You know why she can't? You can't fit a serving spoon in a sugar bowl. Just saying. Anyway, Honey Dip over here takes this big scoop of sugar and dumps it in the Rice Krispies. Now, I haven't eaten Rice Krispies. The only time I've eaten Rice Krispies is when I'm making, what's those things? Marshmallow treats. I haven't eaten them by themselves in forever. That must be like eating paper. Shout out to Rice Krispies. If you want to sponsor me, you need to go over there and sponsor Homegirl, because she was putting a killer into those Rice Krispies. Okay. So now, when she goes and pulls this bag out of sugar and pulls this scoop out of sugar, that's when the roach pops up. I can't sugarcoat the roach. Then she sticks her hand inside of the bowl. And I don't know if she was trying to get the roach before the roach went and got the rest of y'all. I don't know. But all I know is that she starts crumpling up sugar chunks and all kinds of stuff. You know why your sugar's chunky, lady? It's chunky because it's in the bag. The rest of us, when we use the sugar container, what happens is that it keeps your sugar fresh. When you leave the sugar sitting out on the counter and you got roaches, they get in the bag. And when you stick your big spoon inside of it, the roach pops out. It looked like the size of a date. It was like the mega roach of all roaches. Maybe it was an ant. Maybe she's going to tell you it's some other kind of crawly thing, but it wasn't a roach. But whatever it is, it's an unidentified black thing that came out of the sugar container. And it was there. Why'd you send me that video? Because you was banking on my integrity. Get the likes up. Get the likes up, dudes. So we can go moving into another generation on here. Anyway, moving on. It doesn't stop there, y'all. It gets worse. She goes and retrieves a container of milk. Now, I don't know. Are y'all conscious like me? Are y'all checking your stuff? Does anybody have whole milk in their house? I know a lot of people do 2% milk. There's some people, I only do, what am I on now? Oat milk. Do you have milks in your house? Are you using milk? Are you just using, let's do a poll. just trying to take because we're a little healthy conscious around here, and this is how we watch our stuff, right? Do you drink something other than milk for milk? So do you use a milk alternative? So like I use, like I never, feel free to write in the chat, but let's get this poll going because I want to keep the people engaged. Do you use a milk alternative? That's an alternative. That's what we'll call it. Question mark. Ask your community. Ooh, shout out to the 65 people in here. Let's get this poll going. Answer up, answer up, answer up. So I use right now T drinks what she drinks I drink oat milk. She uses almond milk. There's some new cashew milk, but I don't know nobody using that red cow milk straight up. And the big container too. Now I don't know. Interesting. Anyway, just very interesting. Anyway, she pulls out the milk. She puts it in there. So you know what that means. You know what that means when you put the milk inside there like that. You know what that means. It starts doing snap, crackle, and pop right quickly. Woo, 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 woo. And those little, what are they called again? Rice Krispie treats. They doing something fierce. They are doing something fierce, fierce, fierce. Snap, crackle, and popping. Okay. She goes. She don't go in the drawer. I guess she was hungry. You start hearing that snap, crackle, and pop, and it must have been like, come and get me, lady. It was popping. It was like, here I am. Snap, crackle, and pop. She runs and gets the same spoon that she just scooped the roach out of the sugar bowl with, sits down there and begins to eat with that spoon. And all I was thinking about was, how is she going to get that big ass spoon down her mouth? So I'm all in the thing like this. I'm all in it. She swallowed it inch by inch. She swallowed it and it did fit. I couldn't believe it. She swallowed every inch of it down. She took the milk and she tossed it around. I was shocked. Man. I couldn't believe it. It happened. That mouth opened up as wide as a crocodile and took in that big serving spoon. The one they use at restaurants to dig up the what is it, like the oxtails. Man. The end. Roach Gate. And she sat there and she ate the whole bowl, I guess. I couldn't even. What? She swallowed it. Inch by inch. She swallowed it. And it did fit. Okay, so most of y'all still use milk. Ooh, that's not too good. But thanks for being honest. I appreciate it. I don't. I use my alternatives. So shout out to the people that told me that there was a roach in that in their hair cereal, because it looked like one to me. So one for this side. I'm sticking with the roach was inside the cereal. That's my integrity on the line, and you just validated me so by sending that over to me. Now I know it's gonna cause you to make several videos because you want to be in your fifis about it, right? And I don't blame you, because I think that you was trying to do something honorable. I think that's what it was, but it backfired on you. Never walk around with somebody else's tongue in your mouth. And that's the last part of what I'm going to discuss today. It's about being independent thinkers again, right? Nobody runs your shit but you. This is Momo's community over here. This is Motown. Okay? This is Momo. I listen to people say, I took a person to Motown to describe things. I listen to people give me high praises everywhere they go, right? Because my integrity speaks for itself. Just like lack of integrity speaks for itself. Anywho, at the end of the day, you've got to run your platforms the way you run your platforms. They are your communities when you strike up this live. And you got to build from your community. Period. And the story. This is not no collective bargaining program over here where I belong to this and I belong to that. When I strike this up, you're in Motown all the way. I'm going to give you what Momo does. I'm going to try to keep it to a level where I can wake up in the morning and be proud of what I'm producing, as I always have. You know, I provide tough love to women because they need it. They've been doing all these shenanigans around here and getting away with it for so long, right? It's just unfair. I know they make videos about me, about how I speak, what I look like. They've been doing this since I got here. It hasn't discouraged me. It's always that hate. What do we say? The hate will make you great. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. You know, it's way too late for a lot of things. I learned a lot along this way, and we got a whole new direction to go in. And I'm still purging. The type of people that I need to purge out of my life in order for me to move forward. What I ask of you guys, right, because we share the same subscriber base, and I know y'all gonna go over there and y'all gonna have a good time with whatever they put out to be negative towards me. But enjoy your time while you over there. It's entertainment. One thing you will notice is that I kept my commentary directed at the stuff that we all know. You can go look at that video if you want. I'll connect the video here. I will I one up y'all since people want to mention me and stuff. Let me see how this mention works, cuz I never really know about this kind of stuff. So let's go look and see how this thing works. Let's go work it out. Let's go to the notifications. Let's go to over in the mentions. Let's go over here. I only get the block. What? I get the block a user. Now y'all know I normally don't block people, but this shit right here, they getting blocked. They is getting blocked because I'm not doing no more at mentions for y'all. Oh man, why y'all ain't tell me you could block this stuff? Normally I be in the chat telling people I don't block people. All right, here's the Roach video. All right, so I posted it on my community wall so that y'all can see it. So there's the Roach video for you to go check out for yourself, and you will see this big ass date looking size roach. I don't know the names for insects. I wasn't good in science like that, so I don't know what kind of creepy crawlers you can have inside your house, but there are creepy crawlers that you can have inside your house, and she definitely had some of that in the sugar, which went into the bowl. Something went there. Now I scientifically wanted to give it some other kind of takes, right, when I was just gonna examine it for what it was worth, but no, it looks like a roach. If it looks like a roach and it moves like a roach, it could be a roach. It is a roach. But thank you to her for giving me that content. It's unbelievable, the stuff that you just stumble across when people engage in campaigns of harassment against other people. Who the heck knows? Let me see. Is there anything else I need to say on this subject? I'm sure there'll be another go round. Oh, let me just say this. There's still this whole notion about watching somebody. Did you watch me? You watched me. Listen, y'all know me. I got my little journal here. When I watch somebody's video, I go in and I write the name of the video down. Let me find an example where I did that. See, the other day I republished at sexy ass grandma who said it though. That's when the time she came on my platform and agreed not to talk about me no more on her platform and all this other stuff. And understand what she said, not to talk about me anymore over there, right? And she asked me to do the same, right? I wasn't talking about her over here. I was doing what I always do. I was talking about the content, not her. I talked about the content, what you showed in the content. What's the other thing? So when I watch people's videos, I try to go back into my, all right, so like name gaming over here. I watched the video. I might have summarized this as Joy, right, response to Bam and Faith. Bam/Faith. But the video that I watched said, they up there got this meat gang thing going on. It was press conference. Official statement to the woman of non-color lady comments. Then I normally write underneath that whose video it was. So that video was from Joy's man. And then I write the date. So that was July 8th, 2022. Sometimes I put in, let me see another, let me just go through videos I watch. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I want to show something. And y'all can go checking on people's walls what I'm talking about. So here's another day. And I do like the Japanese. I write backwards when I need to go back. So now I did a video. I watched the video. The rainbow card princess will not like this video. That was July 8th. And then this is one that I put in the views. 347 views 3 hours ago. That's when I entered it. All right. Sometimes I do that because I be afraid the video is going to come down. All right. So then I got information in there. I'm writing backwards. What other video? Okay. Myron. I put Myron, then I had to put the obvious truth. Is Teresa Hatcher a blonde too? WTF. That was on July 4th. So that's a video I started watching. I don't believe I finished watching it, but I did start watching that video. Another video. Am I clout chasing? 7/1/2022. So this is all coming back off of me coming off of COVID, returning to the scene, trying to figure out what was going on the scene. Boom, 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 boom. Now, when I was watching some of those videos I just mentioned, I heard Myron Maxfield or Mayfield, whatever. I don't remember what his last name is. I put Mayfield here. But anyway, the obvious truth. Kells and John Frank is slow, a lot to address. That was July 5th. So that's another video I watched. I watched man locks wife up for harassment. Wow, what a joke. Let's review a misunderstanding with MBT. What the fuck those are? Something else. Caucasian man in New York wanting to be me. Infatuated with me. Now, I don't have no notes underneath those captions, right? Which means that I probably was watching it and went to sleep. More or less, and I didn't take the time to come back and write up anything else. Why am I doing this? Because that's what I watched. So, maybe in some of those videos, some people played somebody else's video. Generally, I would go back and try to find the video that people played so that I could see for myself, because, you know, when people regurgitate information here, they generally don't give you the full story. They give you a snippet of it. So I try to go back and look up, you know, the information for myself. Okay, so at that time, there was a dispute going on with this thing called The View. with this new entity called The View. And they was arguing with Joy and the people over there, right? So I was listening, and then I was mentioned. And then I made a video talking about what I was mentioned on. My video was shared. Well, actually, I was mentioned in the video, and I did make a comment about something I didn't agree with. But then people in their perception up here addressed me on it and basically said I had taken the position of the people over there. And I said, no, I did not take the position of any one particular. I took no position of any content creators. I took the position of the victim in that story. hit the like so we can take a hike through the YouTube space. Okay, so, and I stand on that. And I listened back to it to hear exactly what I said, and I say, yo, these people be hearing things so ass backwards. Anywho, I took a listen. What I could not find, and I'm not about to say, I'm not going into details because I'm not nobody's friend over here, and I'm going to stop trying to play all this niceties because sometimes I try to be fair and balanced. But the dispute that came up is that they played that woman's video from The View, and she copyright struck it, as she always does. And he did what anybody who receives a copyright strike should probably do when they're using the content for fair use, is he struck it back. He countered. Tit for tat. So she copyright striked him for using her stuff. So that means she had to find what he used, tell them what he used, give them information, and then he looked at it and he responded and he countered back. So that's like a check situation until 14 days later it becomes checkmate. Now, I was sitting up here like trying to figure it out, and I was figuring it out on the live, and I said, okay, 1 second. He just finished bragging about making money off of talking about these folks, right? And he's not wasting his time up here. And I agree with him. If you got to waste your time talking about people because they want to harass you, that's the only thing I agree with. You should get paid to respond. You really should. So so I go on John Frank's panel and I said, you know what? The copyright thing is important around here because I think he got a strike. Now, they was using language like she struck my channel, she flagged my channel, but I wasn't sure if it was a copyright strike, and then I went back into the YouTube rules, and this is how we got to the monetized channel here, me doing it more efficiently, because if you have any strikes against you, guess what happens? Then you can't earn your money. You know what I'm thinking, Karen, right? So then you can't earn your money. So he's like, oh, all right. It's stopping his production now. He can't make money over there. You don't hear him talking about making no money. It kind of slowed down. So they got caught in a fight that now they had to back out. And that's how I saw it. And that's how I called it. I said, yo, they in a situation right now. For 90 days, he won't be earning no money because of the strike. But by doing the counter back in 14 days or sooner, he could be back up earning his money. So she came and put out a video and said, this one I might get the lawyers involved. And I said, woo, good move. I was like really rooting for her over there. I was like, oh, she about to do some, she talking boss babe stuff. Because when you got something that you keep telling everybody you done made money off of and you done did, and other people got allegations that you got 25,000 channels out here, the least thing you could do is put some work in it. But I remember somebody writing in my chat. I wonder who wrote that in my chat. Somebody said something like, that broad ain't got no money. She ain't getting no lawyer. I was like, let's see it play itself out. Now, I'm sure this is coming to an end because he said that once he got his strike lifted, he was going to play the video again, blah, 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 blah. So we're waiting on that. I don't know if it's really necessary because the war of the copyright strikes have just played itself out with what everybody's going to do moving forward. So now you're going to have everybody playing everybody's stuff because nobody got a copyright to it. And she was like, he lied and he did this. And then y'all remember they had Roach Gate. All of this got destroyed by Roach Gate. I'm so mad. Like everything, This why two P's is a disaster right now. Two P's. Y'all know I was about to go and call them two, vaginas. But if she had just mind her business, we had Nunya Gate going on. There was a whole lot of stuff going on, and she came up in here and interrupted it, and we got stuck with corny troll gate and baby troll and infantile troll and little troll. We went into troll fiasco, when all we had to do was stick to the original script. They came in here and threw all these darn commercials up in here, sidebars and twisting everything, just pissing me off. Anyway, we ain't get to the bottom of that. So I'm wondering if that $500 that she was looking for so desperately for me for a challenge, was that the retainer fee that the attorney was looking for? See, I told you I'd bring it back. Yeah, it was everybody troll. Who's titty troll? I don't know. But it was just Troll Gate 1000. Yeah, it was baby troll. It was thing. So now we about to find out if the plot continues. We're going to find out if the bingo game is rigged, because that's coming up. That was some shit somebody threw out there. We're about to find out if there was a problem with the movie that I never saw. So I don't know anything about it. You got the other lady over there screaming out, talking about what was so wrong with the post that I did as myself, and then I changed the name to something else. What was so wrong with that? Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. She said that was the troll account that was trolling her. I need to keep it straight, because people done told so many lies on that woman. Two planets. It ain't even funny right now. So that was a troll account. Then the other one was a troll account. So the troll accounts of her. So the accounts that was trolling her, she's been accused of being the trolls. Ain't that about something? Or ain't that about nothing? You know the worst part about this whole thing? This is what happens when you are a habitual liar and a troublemaker. And that's the worst part about, y'all not covering it from that end, but the worst part about the 2P situation is when I remember how much trouble she stirred up for me in 2020. When she went around here telling people, remember when Mo said this about so-and-so's kid and this and that, and started a whole bunch of unnecessary, she just been trouble wherever it is. But that's what conspiracy theorists do. They're messy. You understand? And that's why she hangs out like with the messy crew. And they were about to implode on each other. Who did what trolling under what? Because she's about to tell on Uni's about to tell on her. It's a whole big smorgasbord right there. Because that's all that was going to happen. They was just about to tell who's. I don't know how y'all have this cyber love. These cyber romances are killing me. They got more like tense intensity than real love. I'm talking about a real love. Go check out Mary J. Blige. You remember that? Yo, these people's crazy up in here. Anyway, so we got distracted from all of this. And we don't get to see Copyright Gate over there. We know that she may not have retained an attorney. I didn't keep pushing it, but I was rooting for her at that point to get to the point where she hired an attorney. Like, how many times you gonna get copyright struck back, lady, and you're not gonna go to the lawyer when you're a boss chick, when you're a boss chicken head? I would have went and got the lawyer. This your second one I'm aware of that you got hit like that. Look, I'm doing a wink thing. We saw this play out about 2-3 weeks. Well, how many weeks was it before Spoiled Meat? On the last copyright that she got? hit her the same way, hit her hard like that. When's the last time she did something? I'm just saying. That 304 would have definitely got an attorney for me. Oh, I see what you saying. I see what you saying. That hoe would have got an attorney. Oh. Don't hit him hard like that. Don't hit him hard like that. I don't know. She should have got an attorney. She really should have. Let's hit this button that I didn't. Ooh. I hit the button. Ooh. I hit the button. I'll wait. I never seen that button before. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Envy, jealousy. What can I say? But I'm going to say something about being a hypocrite, because I've been accused of being a hypocrite, which is something I had to be like, what? That's how it worked. That's why it's telling me to hit that. That's why I was telling me to hit that button. Girl. Cha-ching. That's what I should have did when I hit that button. All right, moving on. Moving completely on. What's the big highlight of this week? It will be my conversation with Reckless. I call him Smedium. That's gonna go down this week. Hopefully it'll be the worship session, so y'all know what that is. West Coast Wednesday. I'm gonna get myself all geared up for it. I think it's one of the most needed conversations that I need to have on here, and I am confident that it will go down without a hitch, and we will see some heartfelt conversation around here that just is honest, and I'm looking forward to it. If you're looking for a shit show, go somewhere else. You're not gonna find it here, but I'm getting eager for it, especially after seeing Roach Gate. I'm just like, you can't make this stuff up anymore. Like, you really can't make this stuff up. Now, somebody sent me a message to tell me that it never rains in Southern California. Always got something to say. Somebody else sent me a message a couple of days ago and said, it never rains in Southern California. Don't got no smoke for you. I don't know who y'all, I don't know who y'all think y'all fooling, but you're not fooling me. The first thing that you need to do in order to move forward, right? It's not talk about the person. It's to figure out why you jealous of the person. So you could keep talking, but while you talking, you should discover what you're jealous of. Some of you are jealous because I had parents who passed away and I live in their house. That's how this thing started. Some of you were jealous that I came and I honored my parents as scripture is written. And I came home and I took care of my parents. I've heard that I've been called a murderer. Oh yeah. They've thrown that out here. That's what I heard. But maybe I heard that wrong. Maybe y'all want to clean that up while you're talking about me and talk about how you didn't say I came here to murder my parents. I don't know. Somebody led me to believe that you put up some pictures of my mother, but they never sent me the pictures, but they felt a certain kind of way about it. People say that they paid people to try to take y'all out, to just shut you down for a minute. I don't know if that's true or not. You know, these are all the lies that people tell that I speak on. Just the conspiracy theories or the stuff that people put out there that I don't know if there has any truth to it. All I know, I don't partake in those type of things because I don't envy another person at all. And I don't begrudge anybody from making a living. This is why you do not see me cheerleading or rallying around anybody who takes the time to try to get another person fired because of the internet speech. I would like to see them gone from the internet. Now let's let this make sense. What is the purpose of getting a person fired from their job? I would think that let's just give them a minimum that they have to go to work at least 4 hours out of the day. That means there's 4 less hours they're on this internet antagonizing people. You get them fired. They're up here 24 hours thereafter trying to get at everybody that made them lose their job. They're coming out with more content, doing more devilish stuff, looking and doing all kinds of evil stuff because they are hurt. Hurt people hurt people. So I don't know what the rationale is behind that thought process. But that right there just makes for a hostile environment. So one, you're cutting off a person's ability to make money. And then they're angry. So what are they doing? They're coming back and hitting you harder. Anyway, I didn't intend this to be an all-night show. So I'm going to go take my little self to bed. My boo thing should be calling me any minute now. And I'm just going to do what, y'all grown folks do. Probably make feet. Do y'all know how to make feet? That's what folks be doing that I know about. That's what big folks be doing. They go to make feet. They don't go to make problems. They don't do that. They really don't. They go to live good. I hope you had a good laugh tonight. I have no idea what devilish stuff will come out of the other camp over there. I have no idea. But just remember, if you're looking at something and it is geared at getting back at me, just ask yourself as you're listening to it. Was it about her content? Was it something that they said, or did they try to disparage her character? Try to distinguish between the two, content versus character. And you tell me about it. Today's production was brought to you by the M and the O. Mo.